Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to DK64Randomizer.com. We got a Season 4 weekly for you. The first week of the year. It is Friday, January 2nd. My goodness, 2026. Happy New Year, everybody. And happy GQs next week. And Donkey Kong 64Randomizer.com is going to be on stage on the Wednesday, like late in the U.S. Eastern Time. I really should have gotten the exact time, but, you know, that's fine. I'll be there.
10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Thank you. I'll be there. It'll be great. I am LaRock. I'll be on the mic for you this evening, and I'm joined by one, Mr. Rippy, who just bailed me out. How you doing, Chief?
Howdy. Happy to be here, everyone. And for those of you who are not aware, the stream is, or the GDQ race is going to be happening, as we had mentioned, on Wednesday, January 7th at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be between friends of the chat, Kuiper Don't Care, and Connor75. It will be a Season 4 preset like we have today, and people on comms include Spike Vegeta and LaRock, so
Yippee!
Be sure to tune into that. Again, that is 10 p.m. EST on Wednesday, January 7th. But in the meantime, we have a race coming ahead of us. So tonight we have CharlesJarls and TheLittleKIng will be racing against each other.
Two absolute beasts going at it. Oh wow, look at this start. We got camera shockwave. We got the Season 3 special here. Let's go.
Oh geez, I love this right at the beginning. I also love how there are no other useful moves and Chunky's got all the gas. We do have Donkey for a lot of movement, which is great.
Pretty nice. I mean, it's like an average start, I'd say. Probably like above average. I feel pretty good about that. Triangle's certainly not bad. Monkey's got its uses. That's probably the weakest of what we got, but not too bad, not too bad. Alright. People are not surprised the restream is still yapping, but we got a lot to go through, you know? GDQ coming up. It's pretty sick. We're going to try and get this video out, so you should be able to see this video before the GDQ has happened. So it's not too late. It's not too late. Mark your calendars. It's happening. It's going to be, that's for sure. I don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to be something.
I agree.
We'll see. Exciting times. But, hey, we've held them up enough. We got to get these guys going.
And before I forget and we get too deep into the weeds, Happy New Year to everybody, and Happy New Year, LaRock. And I hope this year is much better than the last one. Even if you had a good last year, I hope you have a great one this time.
Well, I can tell you what, it can't be much worse. Let's get going. 2026. All right. Any minute now. We're working on it.
It'll be great.
Things are moving. Look at that. Boom, off they go. Timers are ticking. Yet another race. Who knows where we're gonna get? I've seen some seeds today. Even today, I've seen something that I really didn't want to see.
Oh, you want to tell us about this?
I saw Alta get up to something, and Alta is also one of the guys that's betting the seed for GDQ. So from what I saw today, yeah, let's just say he probably got the nasty one out of the way for us. That's good. Ooh, a pearl, that's sick.
Kind of hard to complain about a pearl right at the start.
Good stuff. Well, camera and shockwave means we got an extended opener here, especially in CLO, where you might be able to like scoop up all sorts of goodies. Lanky Blueprint isn't incredible now, but we'll might do for later. All well and good. Maybe we'll get a look at a level. Maybe we'll get a look at more GBs. Maybe we'll get a look at more checks. Adding
I've
shockwave.
been informed that this is a meme dirt trap to miss, the one underneath level 6.
It truly happens. It truly happens to the best of us. It's devastating.
That's
it can strike at any time.
Any moment.
It tends to strike more often when you don't start with shockwave. If you start with shockwave, it's just like unforgettable because it's like, oh, I got to do all my shockwave checks and aisles, right? I got to get the third patch under Cave's lobby. I got to go to the back of prison. All well and good. But when you get shockwave like an hour and a half to 2 hours into that seed, it becomes invisible. It's truly impressive how it happens.
And you're totally in the tank, and you've gotten something else useful for Miles, like right here where we got okay, maybe not the homing ammo, but when you've gotten something useful in Isles.
Yeah, it's not really impressive. We did get a look at where Cranky is because I kind of like the training grounds dive. You have shockwave, and not having Cranky is actually pretty good.
So that hint briefly looks like Japes Hillside 1478 Diddy phase, maybe?
It was a big old hillside hint. Key 1, 4, 7, 8, and Diddy phase. You got it in one. Nice.
Perfect.
This guy's got something? It's not hillside, but okay, metal, whatever. Whatever. We're gonna start somewhere, I suppose. Not having, well, I guess jetpack isn't even in the pool. So yeah, that's like total trash. Nice. I tried to hype up absolutely nothing and failed. Well, I don't know. Maybe I succeeded, but it kind of fell flat. Didn't live up to expectations. We'll get that guy. Put him in for remedial training. That's I'm good on that dirt patch. No, it's like a GB. Sure.
It's just a GB. However, we've got another shop over here. Donkey's got a potion, and Tiny has a potion. And Cranky is in Creepy Castle. Cool. Indeed.
Could have gotten that info earlier, could have gotten that info later. But nevertheless.
Just kind of doing our
stock standard
chores.
What more is there to say? We're mostly interested in the hillside because that's what our hint has. Unfortunately, in Japes, there's not really a ton of great info you can get because you have relatively limited access to hint doors. Like the start could have a door that could have some info. There's like the door that's on like the vines alcove. But we got to go up the hillside first, and we are just not headed that way yet. So bit of a holding pattern. Little King opting to do this bonus barrel that's boost unlocked. I don't hate this. This is like kind of fine. GBs are GBs, and this is a GBs. You get your GBs.
You're also right at the beginning of the levels, or the run, so I don't hate it.
Okay, a Kong cage call is insanely bold, but I'm pretty sure it's... That's like a 1%er. Although, I think I did see that today too, so... You really just never know. you really just never know. Oh, poor. Unlucky. Nice try.
Tragic.
You thought your meager 3 coins was enough. Monkey has deemed you unworthy. We get a Hellmortar though? What do we got? We got Lanky Diddy. Perfect.
That means Rocket Barrel is... Oh boy! Looking at a Rocket Barrel seed, folks.
Well, we might be looking at the Rocket Barrel hint on the hillside. Oh, or that could just be coconut.
Or it could just be, yeah, it could just be the most useful gun in the game.
It's just always coconut, isn't it? Why believe otherwise? But key 8 plus DDK roll, locking Rocket Barrel feels pretty good, so coconut locks Rocket Barrel somewhere. So now we gotta grab this coconut shooter and just blast every balloon. Bonk open some hillside. Well, we haven't seen anything in the hillside cages either. I don't know. What's this start door have for us? Can we get some action? Come on,
Japes Donkey B Blast. Is where the horde.
Well, I can bet a lot of money where key 4 is. Coconut on the path to key 4. Cromwell on the key 4. That's like one spot, so let's just go scoop up key 4 whenever we feel like it, I suppose. It could be that we don't even go into level 3 yet, and we take key 4 to level 5. That is entirely possible. Let's see how it goes. Getting that blast course away the horde is really interesting because we don't have any info on like a donkey K rule, which would coincide with the blast. And we also need vines, which is a pretty rare requirement. So
we also, to the best of my knowledge, don't have confirmation on what our helm access is. Correct?
Helm access? True. We've not
get up to up to it.
We've not seen the pad. Switch sanity pad that gets us up there. People just like hate peeking it, and it makes our lives harder. So I think they're like griefing us by not peeking it. Has it become a bit? Is it just like... I don't think it's a bit. I think people just don't peek it for some reason, even though it would make my life better. Like, how dare they? Who do they think they are?
There's a certain amount of confirmation bias in who we pick to restream. The people who hate us the most are the ones who give the best races. Who would have thought?
Well, guess what? Little King is also poor. They're both poor.
Tragic.
This coconut gets us a little more action in, I guess, the Stormy Tunnel Ferry, and that's about it back here. Not particularly inspiring.
The hint door, perhaps?
Oh, the hint door, actually, yeah, you're right. The hint door's good. Z plus B, buddy. There you go.
Lighthouse 178 Diddy.
Oh,
Okay. Not too bad.
interesting. Well, I mean, that makes a lot of sense considering it's coconut locked. I mean, that seems pretty... That seems pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I mean, well, we did have the coconut was, what, 1478 and path to my lunch, so we should probably, that seems important.
Not all keys. Not key 3 or key 5, but nearly everything else. I guess there's 2 key rule phases still out there, but... Wait, that was a donkey potion, or was it a chunky potion we gotta buy? Was it? There's like 2 potions that Jape's cranky.
Was donkey and tiny.
Tiny, okay.
It's the here's the best part. You can just be wrong, and the chat will correct you.
That's hype. You're so right. You're so right. Just say the wrong thing, and somebody will catch you. Nobody's caught us yet. This is bad. Maybe we're just right. That crazy? Is it crazy for us to be right sometimes? That's unbelievable.
Yes. Let me be clear here. Yes.
That's chill. Alright, so I bet Charles is going to go scoop up his key 4. This is like... Nope, he wants to see level 3 first, which I guess I don't hate. Yeah, castle makes a lot of... Did we get castle hinted at all? I don't think we got castle hinted. But... Okay, here we go. Chunky, we found my donkey and Isles. That is money. And a coconut check in here, so this is like cash money. Not only is it money, it's also cash money.
Well, didn't pay out.
Could have been better. Unlucky.
Castle did get hinted as Cranky's location. You are correct.
True. That means... And that makes a lot of sense given that Cranky's selling 2 potions. Like, I'd be pretty surprised if Cranky's useful. The foretold key 4. Exactly.
I would have thought.
Yeah. Pretty straightforward prediction. Could have been a little weird if it was, like, not there and it was like a grape there and then he just sends you on a wild goose chase. Or like a peanut and sends you back into Japes or something funny. But keep it simple. Obviously, we need to get level 5 because level 3 is 15 GBs. That is well more than what we have right now, so... This is almost certainly an accessible level we are walking into, or kicking away from, never mind. I've been made a fool.
The dirt pad is intrigued. Alright, fine. I don't hate this, especially because we know Rocket Barrel is so important.
Donkey checks and Isles are also kind of spicy now, because there's really not many of them. We got Factory Lobby, we got Caves Lobby, and neither of those are particularly good. Is there another lobby I'm forgetting? No, because it's front of Jape's Lobby. Oh, Helm Lobby. It could be Helm Lobby. That'd be horrible.
Factory shops,
no,
I think it said
it's just the spot.
key 8 and I saw green text on it. So maybe chunky phase.
Factory shops, key 8 Kongs.
Yeah, Kongs. Okay.
All well and good. Have to sit on that one maybe.
James Lowlands, 1-8 Diddy, and we have Lanky has a potion inside Aztec shop.
Aztec Funky.
Aztec Funky.
Aztec is our level 5 is interesting because we don't really have anything to work with yet. So the Lowlands hint could be pointing to our last course, and that could be Rocket Barrel. Then you have Rocket Barrel that passed to key 1 and key 8. A little concerning, key 1 has not decoupled itself from key 8 yet. A solo key 1 hint would be very good, because otherwise that could put key 1 in Helm, and that would be no bueno. Be, as the people say, real bad.
What's the worst that could happen? You could have a seed where you need to go into Helm 3 times? That's ridiculous. Who would ever roll something like that?
We've only seen it once. That means it can't happen again, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Yeah.
Right. That's how logic works.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure we were right about Donkey Lighthouse. Well, that seems pretty straightforward. There's our Lighthouse item. Perfect. Everything's good. I'm pretty sure we were right about Jape's Cranky, by the way, because as soon as I started listing Isles checks in DK, everyone mentioned that it can't be Caves Lobby because we don't have Chunky, and it can't lock Chunky in Caves Lobby because that check requires Chunky. So that bodes well for us being right before, because when I was like mildly inaccurate once, I got immediately swarmed. So
true.
That's good.
It doesn't discount Helm Lobby.
Well, Helm Lobby's the Kasplat, so it's not actually a donkey check. It would say it's on a Kasplat in the Isles.
Okay. Fair enough.
So Factory Lobby looks really good because there's one more. There's gotta be one more check I'm forgetting. Oh, the crab.
I'm sure.
Right. So it's. I think it is factory lobby guaranteed now. That's the last donkey check in aisles. So we gotta keep our eyes out for bongos, and we'd be skipping grab out of logic if we did it that way. So we could be finding free Kongs, that factory shops item. Could well be bongos, could be grab. Either one is reasonable. Could be an instrument that gets us bongos or grab. Just keep making things weird, why not? Let's just go all the way.
I've heard something as Charles picks up one of these. Something about Crowns Casinos. I believe I'm looking for a mic champ for a comment on them.
We don't need no stinking crowns. They're not doing anything.
Triangle 7 alone. Interesting.
Huh. Can we pick out triangle right now? Nope. Sweet. I don't even think it's rocket barrel locked. So, well, there is a world. It's like the chunky room in Helm. That world exists. That's like the worst possible world. So we can live in that one, right? No, I can't because you need Key 7 to get
cannot.
I'm stupid. All right, we're good. I caught myself there before, before anyone caught me, so that's good. We're good. Ooh, that's
all right. There's peanuts in the dirt patch in Oasis.
Nice pickup there. That's a very good item to have in our pockets, especially with Diddy. That might give us access to some metals, maybe like an Aztec Diddy metal angle. Gotta break out the calculator.
Definitely break out the hint door and the mountain in Japes.
Tiny can be found by Lanky in caves, and we got a key here sold on Candy, and that's key 5, so that sort of explains why I haven't seen much key 5 hinting. It'll turn up, that we'll get an Aztec Shops to key 5 at some point, but not particularly inspiring, I suppose, when we already have it in our pockets. Aztec Diddy is locked by Peanut. Japes Diddy is also locked by Peanut. There's some moves there, but really interested in, like, maybe like Tiny Temple access. Once we get diving, I suppose, we can't really do anything right now. Strong Kong, out of logic for this Kasplat, but certainly not a bad dive. Or at least a look, even if you don't go pick it up. Not bad, not bad.
Not bad at all.
Key 1 in Helm is not out of the question. And there's worse places for keys to be. Like, as funny as Key 1 in Helm is, really what's annoying about it is getting to 50 GBs is just like that little bit harder because you don't have like a free level clear to work with. You gotta maybe reach a little bit more to get there. But having Coconut and Peanut, your reaching is gonna be like pretty good. You're gonna get medals fairly straightforward. Won't be too hard with these two at least, so that gives you a good chunk of extra filler as you roam around the levels you have access to. We have a good lead on Chunky too. Tiny is a little bit rough because Lanky in caves is not great. Usually locked by a series of stuff.
Yeah, there are a series of bad choices that it could be. It could also just be Ice Tomato, but anything else is funny.
Yeah, the tomato is the dream. The metal requires a mishmash of whatever. Although Rocket Barrel, the prophesized Rocket Barrel seems like that helps a lot.
Yes.
You also got to deal with, like, there's disaster worlds of, like, the Beetle Race or, like, Sprint Cabin. Those are not great options. We'll make do, I suppose. We'll make do. No dice on Diddy Metal, but Diddy 5 Temple seems pretty nice. Yeah, I'd say that seems pretty... Oh. Well, I halted myself in my tracks there because a slam is always ominous. It's not hinted... But getting our first blue slime upgrade is nice to have in our pockets, but it usually does weird things with hints, so we're just gonna have to fly by the seat of our pants and figure it out. Little King's all the way got up to 18, so he can get into a castle if he wants
Factory Funky Donkey looks like our factory shop item.
Would make a lot of sense. It'd be a lot of double hinting, so I'm kind of curious if there's actually 2 things in factory shops, or maybe like 2 things in the lighthouse. 10 GBs to go into caves, and Charles decides that's good enough. Caves level 6. We don't know what level 7 is, but we'll just make do. Be curious to see what Little
We
King
did
does.
also get that slam, which makes this a bit better.
That's true. But without Lanky, you can't, like, start looking for... I guess you can, like, kind of... No, you can't even peek anything for any Lanky checks. We're not gonna...
That's why I said a bit better. It's not great. It's just not terrible.
We continue to make do. The theme of the scene, we press on. Lanky could be here. I mean, that's possible. There's also 5 reasonably accessible hints. So, caves is pretty solid info. I don't hate this. Castle would be a bit more of a runaround. Castle's kind of always a runaround. Even if you have like Rocket Barrel, it still feels like just a crazy runaround to get around Castle. You're taking laps around the place. All right, what are our cabins hints?
Charles making that trick look easy. That said, castle-colored bananas, I think, or Aztec-colored bananas.
Aztec CBs are foolish. Good one, game. Good one.
Aztec. Funny.
Just as I was trying to make the case for them, they're dead.
Alska Splat Caves Lobby Punch.
Huh.
Way of the Horde.
The Caves Lobby Splat Punch locked. Oh, and there's a bean. And out the bean. Got a bean in the cabins area. It's a blessed seed. Sub 20 bean. Oh, the one and only. That's what we need. We need a bean seed to start the year. That's the dream we're fighting for. And if it's not a bean seed, we'll have to settle for having the bean in our pockets to comfort us as we discover key 1 is in Helm. Wow, LittleKIng is walking out of Aztec with 19 GBs. He is stocked up. Is he maybe smelling the key 1 in Helm and like trying to push to Helm? I kind of buy that. That makes a lot of sense. It feels like your seed is like fairly straightforward hinted, right? You've just got, okay, when I get to Galleon, I go to the lighthouse, I go into the lighthouse, and I'm good to go. He even got the slam too, so even if this, well,
Ivska Splat lower center.
So that's the lower tunnel Splat by Funky. So that's gettable right now. So you could just go to Castle and get away the Horde. Feels like a great option. Oh, shared potion on Caves Cranky. That's interesting. Gotta leave it behind because we don't have Cranky yet, but that could be like another slam. That could be our vines that's way of the Horde. Oh, what is that? Alright, $1 million question. What vial is in the Monkey Party glue? Because I have no idea what color that is.
Oh, brother. 5-door 178 Diddy phase.
Oh, no.
So far, we've gotten a slam out of there.
Okay, that's definitely red. Okay.
Yeah, that's a red vial in there.
A Monkey Party glue is red. That's Twirl, Monkey Port, Mini Monkey. So that's a lot of action. And speaking of action, 5-door temple, 178 Diddy phase. That lines up with the lighthouse. But Galleon is known to not be a blue slam level, which is a little weird. Oh,
which
so
is now
Galleon...
a red slam level.
So it's a red slam level. Okay, good one, game, good one. I guess we're not just running to the lighthouse, are we? Ain't so simple with this one.
We have tried, folks. We have tried to get there. It worked. Castle surrounding 178 Diddy. Jeez Louise, what is this mega path?
That's a turnaround. That's your other slam, right?
I guess so.
That lines up perfectly. It's gotta be.
I appreciate Charles backing out immediately to decide to do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's better than running into a red slam Galleon where you can't do anything. This just makes perfect sense. Right? Try and get both your slams before you go into Galleon for the first time. Kind of fits really well. Plus, he knows that there is a way of the Horde he can do right now. LittleKIng doesn't have that information. He ran back to Jace to start fishing up stuff with Peanut, which... I don't know about that one. I'm not really sure what to fish for Peanut for. Maybe he's like trying to like find more stuff in like the hillside or something. Maybe you want to like look at the lowlands Peanut area, but I don't think that turned up anything.
That hint was Aztec Shop's path to Key 5, which,
Yep. We knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Unlucky. Wait. In Castle? Yeah, I mean, that hint doesn't lock itself. Fair game. Fair game. Didn't lock itself. You did not need Key 5 to see that hint. Yeah, no, you gotta. It's a time. There's an art to note taking, and one of the techniques is knowing what to not write down. That one is not getting written down ever in any universe. Charles getting a second pearl for us. What a nice guy.
The orb.
Ooh, hang on.
Oh, look, there's a third orb over there.
Oh, that's Blast to get in the Helm. That is really interesting because we already know Blast is needed. Ooh. Huh.
So Blast being double waff in that case makes me... I don't know if nervous is the right word, but definitely has me pausing.
A little confused.
Because, yeah, whenever I see B-Blast's Way of the Horde, I do every B-Blast check. And whenever I see it's double, Shipyard Outskirts, 178, Final Diddy, Final Tiny, and Freakongs, I think was the third.
That's Donkey Phase, so that's Blast.
Okay,
So
yeah.
Outskirts, Key 1, Key 7, Key 8, Tiny Key Roll, Diddy Key Roll, Donkey Key Roll. That's just got to be Blast, right? Just chilling on like, the Cactus
No way, it's... Because Donkey Phase is only one move, and that is Blast.
Right. And it also lines up with the surroundings hint because you take Blast into the tree to get your slam in there on like the Splat or something.
Yep.
That fits like perfectly. I think we've got a pretty good world. We've got a pretty good world lined up to get us into the lighthouse, and then from there we'll just have to figure it out.
What are these crowns?
That is a fair few. Anyone keeping count? Any Mike champs keeping count? No?
As I was saying before we had to panic, anytime that I see that Blast is Way of the Horde, I immediately remember to do every check. And then when I see it's double or triple Way of the Horde, I panic and make sure I do every single check, because it's never just one or two,
do them again,
or in this case, three.
Yeah.
Just make sure you write all of them down. Is there a medal that you need that's only locked by it? Is there, like...
Yeah. Well, it's looking like this is a perfect example of that, because that's another crown. That's 3 crowns in this upper tunnel, by the way. That's insane. Between the Kasplat candy and that bonus barrel. That's just bizarre. There's 10 crowns in the seed, and we got 3 of them in the same map. That's insane.
Giant Mushroom inside path to 3.
That's pretty good. That's our first key 3 hint, so that it's probably just on the Kasplat, right? Or like the tiny slam check or something. Something easy. Gotta be feeling pretty good about that. Alright, Way of the Horde here. What's this? That's our
Blast,
bongos.
yeah.
That is awesome, because then if we find key 1 or diving, we can get chunky. We just don't know which one it is.
Castle Underground, path to 8, and free Kongs, and that was indeed in Castle Underground.
That's probably our bongos. I feel pretty good about penciling that in, because we know bongos is on the path to chunky, but that's not incredible. We still don't have a lanky hint, by the way. That's really inconvenient. Alright, Charles getting the deets on Blast. That should send him into Galleon, because it's like, okay, yeah, Blast is... have a pretty obvious Blast location in the Shipyard Outskirts. Specifically, the Cactus Kasplat, like exactly right there. Without diving, it pretty much like has to be there. I'd be very surprised if it were anywhere else. Yeah, the factory shop is also 8 Kongs, which kind of lines up with grab there. So then maybe like... Well, I'm not sure how bongos gets to E8. Because it might
I mean, we keep joking about having to do a dive into Helm, so... Oh, wait, no, that's key 8, not any of the other keys. Never mind.
Key 8. It's only key 8,
Tragic.
Yeah. But, like, getting into Helm is one thing, but then getting key 8 is a different thing, right? So, like, needing the specific combination of instruments, that tends to be unique to key 8, but getting up to Helm doesn't have to be. However, if this Blast is easily accessible, I think it's kind of out of the question then, because Blast is the only thing you need to physically get into Helm with the Warp active. You don't need anything special to get across the lobby. It's just Blast gets you in the room. So unless, like, maybe... And Lanky's first in Helm, so it's not even like you do Diddy's room and find everything in Diddy's room, and then, like, maybe like key 1 in Diddy's room doesn't make sense, because then you would be out of things required for only key 8 past Diddy's room. So it's kind of... So I'm not thinking key 1 is in Helm anymore. I think we got it somewhere else. I have no idea where, but I don't think it's in Helm.
Well, it's definitely not in Funky Shared, which was a crown in Galleon Funky Shared, which
Okay,
I think that gets us into NSAC now. We've gotten past that barrier door.
We're getting trolled. We've seen, what, like 6 crowns already?
5 or 6, definitely.
Like, at least 5. I think there was 1 in Japes, wasn't there? Alright. What is going
Regardless,
on?
we did get B-Blast off of that Kasplat on Cactus.
5 seen. Okay, thank you, Mike.
Oh, hey, look, it's Lanky.
Oh.
Can be purchased.
Bought by Chunky. Bought by Chunky, that was a little unfortunate. That means we really want to find Factory, which is either level 2 or level 4. And it's not looking like Key 1 is turning up anytime soon, so we might be just trying to fish for diving really hard now. Diving is the big winner, and I feel like diving could be like our lighthouse item. Yeah, diving could be our lighthouse item, which would kind of suck, but it would be very helpful. I wouldn't complain, I suppose. So now with Blast in hand, you go back to Castle, pop open the tree, and let's see what we have in the loot box. It's probably a slam, so maybe don't worry too much about it. This Blat's got something in his pockets almost certainly. We're missing Sniper, so it's probably not tree sniping. And, I mean, I guess it could be the fairy. We have the camera, so... No, it can't be the fairy. It can't be the fairy because the fairy is logically diving locked. This is one of the weird niche corner cases of the logic. Because, in theory, you could do tree sniping and then leave, you would have raised the water after leaving. You would need diving to get back into the room. So, logically, you need diving for the fairy every time. It's very goofy. So, it's not gonna... I don't think it's gonna be a fairy. I think it's very likely to Splat. Or maybe the Splat is something stranger like Rock. No, it can't be Rocket Barrel. There's no way. Well, I guess it could be, but that would be really weird. There you go. That's a sub 30 red slam. Nice. So we can pencil in both slams on our hints. Now we have red slam on the path to Key 1, 7, 8 DDK roll, which lines up perfectly with the lighthouse. So off we go.
And it's a...
Was that a crown?
That was a crown.
Oh my god. A crown for a castle. Unbelievable. It's flavorful. It's thematic. We got the whole treasury in there. Checking the fairy up top does make a lot of sense, but I think... Yeah, because this Blast also has to lead to Tiny K roll somehow, so it has to get us Mini Monkey or Feather, and we don't know which, and we don't know where, so we're just going to have to sit on it. It's
possible... we know we have to do the Japes Blast course at some point, so that's going to possibly be that answer?
I think that's more likely Rocket Barrel, because we have a Lowlands hint for Key 1, 8 DDK roll. That kind of lines up with Rocket Barrel really well. Not a guarantee, though, so it's definitely too early to say. Because, again, it could be a double hint, so, like, it could be, like, Chunky Underground has our Rocket Barrel hinted item, and then it is indeed Feather on the last course. And it's notable that Feather kind of falls off these paths, or not Feather, Feather or Mini. The Tiny K roll falls off the paths very early, right? This is the only Tiny K roll hint we've seen is only Blast, which means we want to be searching closer to the Blast. So something like the Seal here feels pretty good. Because I don't think this Seal requires diving with the water raised. Oh, I love LittleKIng's routing. He ends up with 50 Donkey Seeds in the tree here. That's crazy. I don't know if he, like, planned that he was going to the tree, but maybe after seeing, like, the Galleon hint, he could start playing around that, but that worked out really well for him. Okay, if he doesn't miss, but that's fine. That's chill. Alright, Clear Vial. Oh! Okay, we got a 2-for-1 there. Punch is Castle Donkey Medal. And Diving is in the Lighthouse, indeed.
Hey.
Punch is awesome. Like, that's incredible routing from him to end up with 50, like, exactly at the end of his route. That's really good. That's really hard to do, people. Like, I'll tell you what.
We knew that we needed to get Punch for the Kasplatin Caves behind the ice wall.
We do need that. You're right. Ooh. Wow, what a great pull for him. That's gonna be awesome. Castle Donkey Medal is one of those that's like really annoying to do because you have to like you basically like a lot of the time you have to like do a lap around and that kind of sucks. But he made it work. He made the wraparound work and it's working out real well for him.
That is a Clear Vial on the top of Lighthouse.
Okay. Is that... I don't think that's a diving lock either, but that's definitely Rocket Barrel lock, so we gotta keep an eye on that one. I guess that's a little weird. I'm not sold on that being good. Maybe that's Vines. I would... No.
Yeah.
Because if we
I'm thinking Vines, honestly, because we already know that we need Rocket Barrel for 1,000 different things. Might as well overcommit.
That would make sense, but the problem I have with that is that if we want to put Rocket Barrel on the Blast course, it can't be Vines. But then I don't really know what it is. Vines is the one we know we need, but it could be like anything else good, like barrel throwing. Or something cringe like oranges. That's hype. Having both of our slams out of the way makes clear vials way weirder. What's Kevin got for us? Alright, thanks Kevin. BB for the road. Appreciate it. So Charles is just a couple checks ahead but LittleKIng is hot on his heels, and I really like his position. Oh, here
Castle
we go.
surroundings, 1-8, final tiny, final Diddy.
Okay.
We got a slam there, and we got...
That's not the slam, that's something else we haven't seen. That's weird. It's definitely blast lock too, because that's our only... It just lines up way too well to not be blast locked. Because that fills in the thing... That fills in the parts of the blast hint that the slam did not. That fills in the tiny K roll. And still aligns nicely, so like something else in the tree maybe? It would have to be
I'm
chunky
thinking...
That doesn't make sense.
It could be Chunky Tree. It could also be Castle...
Castle Donkey Metal, Way of the Horde.
Which was Punch.
Failed out there for Charles. That's a great hint to get, because he missed that one. And he's now got a reason to go back to scoop up that metal. Maybe it's not the tree, because I feel like tree sniping is just like a little bit far away right now.
It could also be the tool shed for Chunky.
Shed would make sense. Greenhouse makes sense. Anything easy. It's probably not the trash can. I feel like we can roll that one out because it's on the path to Tiny K roll. Things get weird if that's on the path to Tiny K roll.
Yeah, you're dealing with a nasty case of which one do I need, or does the game want me to have here?
Not great.
I'm thinking tool shed.
Shed is reasonably accessible. With diving, I'm kind of surprised maybe... Well, I guess they haven't left Galleon yet, but as soon as they leave Galleon, they gotta check Lobby 4 and scoop up Chunky in Factory Lobby. He's there. He better be there, by the way. If he's not there, that would be shocking. Well, how shocking? That shocking? I don't know. Oh, by the way, shout out to diving being our last known info on Key 7. Pretty good odds that Key 7 is just somewhere in Galleon in some awful location. Like, it could be like Galleon Diddy Middle is not a terrible spot.
Yeah, down Diddy Middle's really straightforward.
It could be the boss. The boss portal's underwater. It could just be right there.
No.
That would suck.
That would be quite unfortunate if that was the case.
That would be terrible. I mean, we wouldn't want to like jinx that into existence. No, that would be horrible. That would be so mean if we manifested Key 7 on specifically Galleon boss. All right, we got a factory here.
Look,
and we
it's what we predicted.
Nice. Oh well.
5-door temple, path to 7. So that's 2 items in 5-door temple.
So if diving gets us a gun, then we definitely want to go there. But until that point, we're kind of on a holding pattern of 5-door temple. I feel like we've seen both 5-door temples, right? We've seen both DKs and Diddy's, I think.
Correct, and we only got 1 item out of it, which was in Diddy's, I believe.
That was the slam, yeah. The slam out of Diddy's, I think. Which would be shockwave locked. Interesting. There is indeed the foretold Chunky on Factory Lobby. Kind of had to be here by process of elimination. Life is good. Charles not going to have punch on his factory clear, which could be annoying, but probably not.
Honestly, I'm more shocked that he didn't immediately turn around to hit the Caves Lobby.
I think it's a coin toss. You've got blast checks here. Oh, actually, Caves Lobby. Well, Caves Lobby is pretty good. You're right. But, like, what do we think that is? Well, he doesn't have punch. He would have to go back to Castle to get punch.
Right.
And he doesn't know it's punch in Castle. So he doesn't have any reason to go back to Castle yet, because that could be anything, basically. So I feel like sticking to Factory makes a lot of sense for him, but definitely not trivial. There's your Lanky hint. I guess you could go back to Galleon and buy Lanky. That's not terrible either, I suppose.
Yeah, but also, do you really want to?
Yeah, we can just leave him there. It's fine. We don't need him. He's chill.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, wait. He buys... Or he gets Tiny, doesn't he? Oh, we might need that guy. Oh, man.
Teal had nothing, by the way. The reward and the race, which was not expected.
Oh.
Jape Shop's 1-8 Diddy Tiny, and we knew that there are 2 potions to purchase inside there.
Okay. So maybe Cranky is our surroundings item. So if we could find a way to get Cranky, where might he be in the surroundings? Shed, Greenhouse, those are our 2 prime contenders right now. Feeling pretty good about that. Charles is probably here for the factory shop stuff, because factory funky donkey is a known way of the horde, and factory shops on the path to T8 Kongs. Problem is it could just be grab to get here, which isn't particularly inspiring. I suppose grab lets you turn on production, but then it would just be for key 8, which you can honestly kind of
grab is also logically needed in order to free Chunky, so.
Right, yeah, exactly. Because we're out of logic grab for Chunky, it could easily just be we buy grab, and it's pretty unimpressive, because you would then probably like turn on production and have a look around, maybe find like trombone or something. But trombone would only be on the path to key 8. Not particularly useful for the rest of your seeds. You don't really need to invest in it early. You can kind of look elsewhere. I suppose turning on production is probably like pretty okay density. Not too bad. Like, I think a LittleKIng definitely should not bother with it because he's got better stuff to do, right?
Agreed.
He can go dig up. Well, okay. Oh, he didn't get bongos. He didn't go to the lower tunnel Splat? Oh, that hint was in caves. That hint was in caves. Charles had that info from caves.
So they're both missing something that the other has that's in caves that does get hinted at some point. So this is interesting. Not caves, Castle. Beg forgiveness. It really is just going to be a matter of who can put 2 and 2 together and get 4 first.
I think Charles is looking for is hinted, but the thing LittleKIng needs to know is on a hint door, so it's kind of...
Yeah, it's a 6 of one, half a dozen of the other sort of deal.
I think Charles's pace of progression has been fast enough that he is likely to end up where he wants to be first. But LittleKIng's been so good about picking up GBs that he's gonna... A progression difference could be the difference if and only if the seed slows down a little bit. This is the only thing on factory shops for what it's worth, so this is probably grab then? What?
Get?
Huh?
Get?
Excuse me? What? Charge? What are you doing here?
Yeah?
Huh? You turned Rippy Spanish, Charge. What the hell?
Sorry, I think my brain just stopped for a minute. I'm tasting copper, and my left arm feels funny.
We're rebooting.
Anybody else smell burnt toast?
Ah! Recalibrating our language sensors. Beep boop, beep boop. Okay, so what do we do with Charge? Great, I have no idea either.
At this moment, Bupkis. In the future,
did he
slightly
dungeon?
Less. Diddy Dungeon does make sense. Holy smokes!
I think Diddy Dungeon is the only thing that makes sense. The reason I don't like Aztec Lobby because it needs Toro logically, and we don't have Tiny, and Tiny's like our last call at this point for sure. So that would
you're correct. Diddy Crypt, not
right. Diddy Crypt. Did I say Dungeon? Ah, silly me.
Yes.
I meant Crypt. I was right in my head, and that's what counts.
Everybody in the chat, please count so we can distract from Larock for a minute.
Thank you. Right, and I don't like any of the other charge checks that require, well, it could be R&D, but we don't have guitar. And Rocket Barrel I really don't like because we have enough DDK rule paths that it just doesn't make any sense. We have Peanuts, so all these DDK rule hints have to point to Rocket Barrel at this point, which I kind of forgot about. But
we got Peanuts logically, so there's no like, oh, we need to remember how to go backwards.
Right, Charge plus Rocket Barrel doesn't make any sense. It's got to be Charge plus either guitar or just Charge plus Peanuts, which would be exactly Diddy Crypt. Oh!
Cabins area 7 alone.
Team! It's happening! It's happening! That's the bean!
Wait, no, what?
That's the bean! We got the bean in the cabins area!
Oh.
Lock in! We got a bean seed, maybe! Probably. Good odds, but
what a way to ring in the new year.
I mean, that looks It looks very beanish. I'll say that much. We are quite a ways away though, so that kind of makes sense, I suppose. All those tiny key roll hints. It would also need. Well, no, wait. The tunnel's open. So what do we need for the bean? We need the bean and we need mini and sacks. So all these key 7 tiny key roll hints would have to be a mini, and we only have one of those. But all the other ones kind of look like they're pointing at feather anyway, so I think it's fine. Or they could all be on the same path and point to feather, so I think we're fine. It really depends what we find in the 5-door temple. Because if the 5-door temple is like sacks, then we are gaming, but... Wait, is chat still counting? Oh my god!
Alright.
Oh my god! They're ulting! Oh! Whoa! Whoa!
For those of you watching on YouTube right now, chat has pretty consecutively counted up to... Oh, no, then we broke it. Good try, chat. Appreciate it. We got to 29.
We haven't gone out of order. That's, like, pretty good. I'll say that much. Like, not being out of order is, like, pretty impressive. Even, you can sneak a duplicate in there. It's fine. You know, you can count for latency, but nobody's gone out of order. Nobody's dropped a 69 in here. Nobody's hit us with a 6,7. Crazy.
Boo.
5 to 28 was perfect. That's unbelievable. Wild times in DK64 speedruns. Make sure you're here. You don't want to miss this one.
Not at all.
Or, well, you don't want to miss any of them, obviously. Miss none. Alright, so Little King's back in Castle Underground. He's gonna get a look at this lower tunnel and be like, oh my god, it's my bongos. Golly. Could have had this for a while.
He does also have charge, which I hope and pray that he's just going to immediately do after getting this hint.
He's got
the Diddy Crypt, I mean.
Right?
Really hope so.
Is this the hint? No.
Castle Underground 8 and free Kongs.
That's your slam hint. That's late. Great. Man, that's weird. Okay, well, no, wait a minute. Factory shops to key 8 Kongs. Underground to key 8 Kongs. It could be Crypt is the hinted item, not bongos. Which actually makes a lot of sense.
Thinking that's the case. That makes a lot of sense.
We can pencil in bongos here, but I'm not actually sure. It could easily be Diddy Crypt. He's run straight there, which is brilliant.
Yeah, we're gonna make sense to immediately try and resolve that with the moves that you have right in front of you.
Dang. The slam hint is locked by diving, locked by both slams. That's diabolical. Fortunately, the search space is fairly large, but yeah, I think the protection doesn't actually apply to the slam because it's not that smart, I'm afraid. It's pretty smart about a lot of the other hints, but I guess not that one. Unlucky. Maybe it needs to be revisited. And Charles, meanwhile, is taking a shot at the surroundings, trying to pull Cranky out of the surroundings. Maybe we can see Cranky just lurking over the hedge. It's a literal junk.
No, we do not.
Literal junk. Incredible. Ripped.
Oh, brothers. Oh.
There's our bongos.
That's grab. I
grab.
think that has to be grab, right?
Perfect. All right, great.
Yeah, because that gets us to free Kongs, because that gets us chunky.
I will say,
we're getting 1 and 8 out of that is anyone's guess at this point.
So we don't know which of bongos or grab is path to key 8, which makes things a little bit wonky, because it could be either. Well, if it's bongo, or yeah, it could be either, just straight up either. Oh, he's doing it the real way. Oh my god, ethical lever pulling here from the Little King. What an absolute beast. Yeah, and that is our last free Kongs item, so it's really looking like Lanky is just doing a tomato slam to scoop up Tiny, which is good, and that might send Little King to caves. I bet he grabs Chunky and he goes to buy Lanky right now. He might scoop up a family and have a family by like... I'm not even gonna say a time because I don't want to offend anyone.
Please no. I have bet all of my money.
It can't be said. He's going into factory. Oh, he's just taking a photo. Oh, jeez. The believers are sweating. They need him to go to Galleon right now. Oh, jeez. The doubters are feasting. Maybe a couple quick punch checks. Why not? He does know punch his way to the horde, but I think we know why for Cave's Lobby, right? I'm not too worried about this.
goes with the out of logic library check.
Okay, I don't mean to alarm anyone, but I have realized now, a little bit late to realize this, we only have one foolish hint, and everything else is either a path hint or a way the horde hint. Like, we got a lot of path hints this scene. And we are still missing... I guess we're only missing forest for hints. Wow. Yeah, we got a big number of this seed. That's for sure. We got some monster stuff. Monster hints going on here. Charles is working his way towards Castle Donkey Metal. He's gonna get his punch. He's doing it by clearing out EK checks at the same time. Efficient to grab some CBs while also doing the library. Pretty smart. Here we go. LittleKIng is going to get his chunky, or get his lanky, and then probably take lanky to caves if I had to guess. Maybe. It's bold to do it without any moves, but I'm feeling pretty good about it right now. But if he does go to caves, the reason I think he goes to caves is because he can get the Way of the Horde Kasplat in the lobby at the same time. I feel like that makes a lot of sense, and get info too. Oh, it could be the boss, you're right. Oh, that would be horrible. Caves boss for Tiny, that'd be really unfortunate. It's probably an easy boss in that case, but that would be really that would just be more annoying than anything, I think.
We are at the first seed of the year, so we need to set a precedent.
Right, that's why I'm all in on Bean. I'm all in on the Bean seed. Bean in the cabins area, it just has to be, guys. Come on. I want the Bean leave. This isn't like a rational Bean leave either. That's Bean leavers, you don't need to be rational. You just have to believe hard enough and something will manifest. Key 7 will manifest on top of the beanstalk. Charles also picking up on the Diddy Crypt, very smart. This is a tough one to pull, but a Way of the Horde charge really limits your options. He might be less incentivized because he already got the bongos, so he's like, get the grab, I guess, but like, I don't know. I guess you don't know which one is path to key 8, so you kind of have to get them both, but it's kind of annoying. Because it could easily be like a trombone just in production somewhere, and you just have to get it. There's just no way around it.
And speaking of Caves Lobby, here we are to finally see what that resolution is going to be.
It's foretold. What is this item? It could be like vines, maybe? Oh, that's our trombone.
Yeah, it's trombone. Okay, then.
Oh. We know we need that, and that is only to key 8. So punch on factory or on Castle Donkey Metal doesn't have any requirements. So that punch, the trombone, that knocks out a fair chunk of key 8 requirements. Last thing we need for key 8, well, okay, last two things actually, is we need Rocket Barrel and Guitar. So it's looking like Guitar is either bongos or grab locked. Do not know which, could be either. And Rocket Barrel is locked by diving. Is that our last thing? Well, Cranky. Cranky is going to have some sort of tie into our bongos somehow. Oof. Oh, indeed. Let's see. So, our key 7 is really weird. Potentially something in the cabins area that's not the bean, but it could just be the bean if you want to. I want a bean leave. Unknown item in the 5-door temple area. That could be like sacks. Unknown triangle use. Could be a triangle cabin, so it could be like Chunky's cabin, maybe. It'd be kind of horrible. It would be horrible in the sense that he kills the bean. That'd be tragic, really. An unknown diving use, maybe like a diving minigame in Chunky's cabin, or diving gets you Gorilla Gun, or diving gets you an instrument like guitar, and then no, not guitar. It gets you a gun, and you take the gun to the 5-door temple to get the Gorilla Gun, and then you take that to the cabins.
Or diving gets you a medal.
I'm reaching pretty hard here. Charles, though, back in the
I was happy to let you go as long as you wanted to try and process that one out.
I'm just gonna keep going. Ow! Cranky in the shed. Here we go.
Hey, it's the thing that I predicted.
Nice. Great use for punch.
Absolutely.
And now, Cranky in the shed. I feel like we're kind of out of options on surroundings checks, right? Because Rocket Barrel doesn't make sense. I don't think anything else in the tree makes sense. Not without Sniper, but Sniper doesn't really fit here yet. And we'd seen the greenhouse now, so yeah, it kind of feels like that was kind of the perfect spot for it. So pretty good timing for Charles to get Punch and then take it to the shed, because he already had Chunky on when he got Punch. Whereas LittleKIng got Punch and then had to go to a rigmarole to get Chunky, and so it kind of sent him away from... It sends him away from Castle, away from the shed, which is a little unfortunate. Charles, with that newfound power, goes to Japes to go scoop up the potion. One of the potions. We can't get the other one because it's tiny bot. Japes, Cranky. Or it better be tiny bot. If it's not tiny, then I'm going to crash out on somebody. I don't know who I'm going to crash out on, but somebody's going to get crashed out on. There's our mini. Okay, so that's our tiny key roll reason. Oh, but that killed the bean. No! No! Devastating. That means Cranky's not on the path to key 7. What is going on here? Here's a cabins area item that's... Bongo's locked. Green? Because it'd be Gorilla Gun or Pineapple? Gorilla Gun. Okay. So then we go to Chunky's cabin and maybe pick up... No, we can't pick up key 7, but we could pick up a gun in Chunky's cabin, maybe.
Chunky's cabin sounds real good with that move.
Yeah, it's certainly looking better than this bean is, unfortunately. We know the bean's dead, but, you know, we got the bean. The bean is in our hearts. It's fine. Let's chill. I guess with Cranky, we could see Charles go back and, like, scoop up the shared potion in caves, or he could take a Lanky to Aztec and scoop up Funky. Or go to Aztec Funky to get an item. I don't think any of those are hinted, though, so I don't think we really need to worry about it too much. Unclear. Given that... Okay, here we go. So, this Japes shop item looks like it's pointed. So how do we take Mini and make that rocket barrel? Mini locks vines somewhere? But where?
Mini is going to be used to get to the igloo, the monkey port igloo.
Ooh, and that's a red potion. You're spot on. That's a 1 and 3 to be Rocket Barrel, and 2 and 3 to be Way of the Horde. Unfortunately, we are well short of getting there. Logically, we still need Twirl, and we definitely need Monkey Port to get in there. So, we better hope that's spring, I think. Alright, nice cabins die for LittleKIng. This could be our key 7. No, this can't be our key 7, but it could be a potion easily. He's just doing it.
At least it's good.
It could be
It's closer to our metal check, so...
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like, there's 20 CDs is nothing to sneeze at here in this cabin. So even if you don't get anything off this check, it's...
And he's getting something off the check.
Well, well, well. Not bad, not bad.
Huh.
What's a diving minigame? This is perfect! This is
That
perfect!
explains why diving's important.
So what you want to see here is... pineapple, I think. Pineapple or grape. To get you into the 5-door temple to get your key 7, and then you're good to go. Wait, how do you get... Yeah, okay. That would solve your key 7, and you're just a happy camper. You can kind of pencil it in and come back to it whenever you want to get the helm. If this is specifically a gun. This is perfect. Oh, he peeked it earlier? Oh, nice. Grape shooter, perfect. We got key 7 and Lanky 5-door temple for sure. Money back guarantee. Trombone for Charles. This is going to work out reasonably well for him. Kind of just a loose end he can tie up. He's still going to be on the warpath for Rocket Barrel, I think. And with Mini Monkey and Tiny very likely coming on this tomato, we got moves in caves, that's for sure. I like Charles' position. LittleKIng's making the believer sweat, but he's slowly getting to the ice tomato. Oh, and so is Charles. So actually, they're going to get family at about the same time. If, and only if it's here. Fortunately for LittleKIng, he's got grape, so he can hedge, but it's simply the tomato. So
yeah, it's a Kong. Yep.
Simply the tomato, we're good to go. Having the grape shooter would certainly help with like a metal check, but or a boss check even, but I want to keep it simple. It's very funny how 56 minutes in, they high-five like right here.
Well, while they're high-fiving and doing this, just want to remind everyone that you are watching a Season 4 seed for DK64 Randomizer. If you have any questions or would like to play, check us out at DK64Randomizer.com. I'd also like to remind everybody that this upcoming week, the first full week of January 2026, is going to be Games Done Quick. And on Wednesday, January 7th, 2026 at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, there's going to be a Season 4 race between Kuiper Don't Care and Connor75 with guest commentator Spike Vegeta and El Rock. I think I'm pronouncing that name right.
That's me.
So be sure to check that out.
Hey. We're going to do some characters. Nice. Bro, we gotta hire you for ad reads. Oh, there's the sniper. That's very funny.
Oh, brother.
That's kind of funny. We were a little worried about that sniper being a problem for like the surroundings.
Oh, brother.
we don't need to worry.
Choice.
That's not hinted, right? So we can just kind of put.
Yeah, sure.
Let's. All
right.
Pump the brakes. I think we're fine, right?
Not like we needed pineapple. Not like we need peanuts for anything. Oh wait.
No. Let's chill. Let's chill, guys. Charles is gonna get a look at the sprint cabin too. I don't know about this one,
sprint
but
cabin
check.
Not. Yeah, the sprint cabin had a fairy in it.
I think he can know that the bean is dead. He can know that by now because of the cranky info. Tragic, but he does know he needs to look for more stuff in the cabins area. It won't be here, but he's not gonna be far from it. Bongos is up. Alright, well, I spoke too soon. He's gone. He's abandoned caves.
Deuces.
For another time. Why Japes? What are we thinking in Japes? Oh, he's getting the other potion for Cranky here. Good. So Little King's next stop is definitely going to be solving the surroundings problem. Because that needs solving, like, now. Pick up Cranky, and then just go scoop up the goods and Japes. But what is this potion? Is this anything good? This doesn't have to be good, I don't think. You know what? That looks pretty good to me. Monkey Port. Not bad.
So now we're 2/3 of the way in order to be getting whatever that red potion is.
And that's
inside.
That's as good as 100% actually, because we can skip the twirl pretty easily. These guys know their stuff. They can do a twirl cut, no problem. So we can just like scoop up that rocket barrel, I think, and maybe bypass something. I don't know what. Maybe like twirl is on the blast course. Skip the vines and the twirl. That's a pretty good cut right there.
That's a bit of a reach. I don't know.
It is a reach, but I feel like it's pretty reasonable. I think that's a pretty plausible sequence of events that it could be. Which means your big ticket item then is finding guitar, but guitar could just be rocket barrel locked if it's. Well, it doesn't have to be though. Bongo's grab. We need a reason for Bongo's grab to be key 8. Wait a minute. Bongo's locked Gorilla Gone. And if we put Grape if we put key 7 in Lanky Fiber Pimple and Grape, it is Bongo's on the path to that key 7, which means our underground item would have to be Grab, which is pretty good because that narrows us down pretty aggressively. We could start digging through Factory for grab checks for guitar. Feeling pretty good.
Gets the arena, that gets us the entirety of production.
Love that.
Alright, I dig it.
I love that plan, and then we're good to go. And we've solved the seed. Isn't that incredible? We're just done. We scoop up Rocket Barrel on the Monkey Port Igloo. We scoop up guitar on production somewhere. I don't really care where. It's fine. And then do we have a clear vial floating around for oranges? Because we still need feather, and that is a bit of a problem. But we're just not gonna worry about that, right? It's fine. I'm sure feather will just turn up nice and easy. It's just our Aztec Funky Linky item. We're good. That's just all it is. That's where feather is. Don't worry about it.
You know, after thinking about it, I'm gonna start worrying about it.
Okay, nope. I said don't worry. I explicitly said don't worry about it.
I would like to start worrying about it.
Okay, well, don't. Step 1.
Okay. Alright, fine.
We have a good lead on key 3 as well. It's probably just like something easy inside the mushroom. No problem. Could be as easy as the splat in the middle. Could be like the tiny bonus barrel. Not the Check of Legends. Don't get any ideas. It's not that. We know it's not that.
Yeah, we kind of iced ourselves out of that one.
Yeah, we're good. We're good there. We're good there. What is Charles digging? If he's chasing Mini, which I certainly don't hate, he might be able to pull Feather off of it as well. His tiny hero items could just hide each other. Pretty reasonable. Not guitar, not triangle. Outdoor ship not looking too hot right now. Looking back to caves, I think him having that Gorilla Gone Grape combo is going to be really nice for him later. As far as key 7 goes, I think Charles is going to have to piece together that he still needs something out of the cabins area. Why is he going back to caves for? What are we... Oh, he's going to do the tutorial cut to get this red vial. Here we go. We're going to figure out what this is. Nice. Charles definitely looked at it. We saw it on his screen first, but... When King's making the plunge, 24 crystals is definitely enough. You can make this with as low as, like, 18, maybe? It starts getting really sketchy if you get under there.
Yeah, that's definitely one of those super pushing your luck and everything.
Holy
smokes!
Okay, there's a lot to unpack here. Rocket Barrel on the Gold Tower is wild because that puts Spring in logic. It explains diving to key 1, key 8 DK roll just alone. That is a wild pull.
Holy smokes! All right, I guess we're doing this then.
This is great density though. Like he probably just came here just to do like mini stuff because like you could easily pull something in here, I imagine.
Oh, 100%. It's 5 free checks.
He did not, but a Vanilla Pearl was very funny. Good one. Meanwhile, we just kind of cut away from Little King and just smash cut back to Little King already at the end of the skip, having absolutely crushed it. He's going to make it over like 7 at least.
So this could actually be really, really hysterical if this monkey port is not anything. It could be Spring.
It could be Spring, and it's really...
It could just straight be Spring.
I think it's looking
we were talking about a clear vial before. That's going to be on the ship here.
Oh!
That's a good memory from CharlesJarls.
Oranges? If this is oranges, he's like basically... That is so evil. It's bonus evil because it looks like you need it, but you actually don't. That's hurt. It looks like you don't need it, but you actually do. So it's like bonus evil.
Oh man, that's great.
And all right, well,
third melon. Tragic.
There you go. You know what? The pain could be shared both ways.
Oh man.
Doing a lot of good. That third melon is. Nice.
Oh goodness.
So what's his Aztec plan? I guess with that Rocket Barrel, you got plenty of Aztec, or you got plenty of action in Aztec with Rocket Barrel. You might be able to pull like key 1. You might be able to pull guitar maybe. No, we need Grab needs to explain guitar still, so I don't think we're gonna get guitar here. Rocket Barrel doesn't lock Feather. Oh, he might be coming back here for the Lanky Funky Shop, which I think could be Feather. I really hope it is.
It could also just be Twirl, just to bring everything together and, you know, just, oh, you had clues, you had ideas, and now they're all done.
Oh, goodbye.
Yeah.
But Mini leading to that Rocket Barrel makes a lot of sense. Kind of opening the lines pretty well nicely, which is good. Very good, very nice. I'm really curious what's on the Blast course. It feels like the Blast course has Twirl, which means Vines is just in the wind as far as I can tell. Like, maybe something you get from Cranky helps you there, but we have no idea. Like, Cranky could have sold Vines, that would make a lot of sense even, but he just didn't. He gave us, what was it, Sniper instead? Very rude. Yeah. Sniper Hawk Vines? Many people have been asking this, and many people do not want to know the answer to that question. Oh, here we go, a BFI check. Now we're cooking with gas. Here we go.
Man, now, let's go.
You need 6 fairies in Season 4, and he only has 4. So if it's here...
Got GB out of it.
GB, all well and good. Smash cut to the room.
And it's nothing. Tragic.
Alright, we're Gucci, we're Gucci.
I mean, tragedy avoided. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, we're good, we're good, we're good. Right, the outstanding low lanes item, I'm kind of thinking is also the Blast Course. Which would line up nicely with... Or, because we now know that that low lanes item almost certainly is pointing us to Rocket Barrel, I guess the low lanes item actually is the endpoint for Key 1, isn't it? Well, I guess Mini is also Key 1, so if that is Twirl, Mini plus Twirl pretty much leads you to Spring, which then leads you to Rocket Barrel. And if I had to put my money on Spring versus Rocket Barrel and which one's going to get you a key, putting a lot of money on the Rocket Barrel.
Oh, really?
Yeah, shocking, I know. That's another pearl on the... Another pearl on this seed. That's like our third or fourth we've seen. It's kind of wild. Got out homing ammo. It's kind of crushing here.
Yeah. A small note for everyone who normally does this check and dreads it.
That's our fifth.
The weapons each do a different... Oh my god, it's another crown. So the weapons each do a different amount of damage, with Grape and Feather only doing 1. Peanuts and Coconuts doing 2, and Pineapple 3. So when you do that check, it is in your best interest to swap to a higher damage gun if you have one available. It will make the check slightly faster.
Okay, this is I don't know what he's cooking with.
It's definitely not gas anymore.
I don't know what he's cooking with a trophy flip for, but that would be wild. That is...
I think he's just doing it just to troll me.
Could well be. That son of a gun. He's good. He's good. He even did the Diddy flip and then swapped to Tiny, so he got like... Well, no, the Tiny flip's easier. He won't convince me otherwise. Anyway. Well, okay.
Did we ever
I could be
convinced on that funky shop?
I could be convinced that the funky shop?
Yeah. Aztec shop.
Did we? I don't think we did. Uh-oh.
Nope.
That's not good. Yeah, I'm looking at their items.
Curious
I don't think we did.
Why Little King has done everything except go to Lanky, except for that shop.
Feels pretty good. Did we see it? I don't think we did. Like, looking at their trackers, I don't think there's anything unexpected there. I don't suppose this cutscene...
not on my end.
Does this cutscene let him see Funky a little bit to see that there's a potion there? Oh, a little more? Oh, it's going to be... Buildings.
Well, he sees it's Funky, so he's got that going for him, which is nice.
It's not hinted, but if it's Feather, that's like the perfect spot for it, because Tiny K. Rool doesn't have that many hints floating around, and
we're
solving
out.
Feather would be great. If we got Feather there, we'd be done with Tiny K. Rool, and the hints would make sense. No, go right. Take the 4
Please.
Take the 4 train.
Please, it's right there.
There we go. Now we're cooking. All right. Is this Feather?
Okay.
Come on. Ooh.
Well, it's not bad. Not by any stretch of the imagination.
Well, it definitely gets you Key 7, right? If Key 7's in the 5-door temple. Because now you can just go do both of them.
Yes.
Both of the non-tiny ones, which it really doesn't look like Tiny's is the answer at this point, so don't think we need to worry about that one. Alright, caves for Charles. I think he's about to do the Toro cut and be disappointed as well, so... Unlucky. Yeah, Key 7 is not going to be in Chunkies, but, like, it's one of those situations where you can hedge against it, right? If, like, let's say it's something really weird, like Mausoleum, and you find Sprint in Chunky's 5-door temple, you're good to go. But no, it's just the key here. Yeah, we do have a whole level that we haven't even seen yet, so, like, that could hold all sorts of mysteries, like our Feather, that is largely unhinted. Like, put Feather on a random Kasplat Forest. They're all pretty easy to get to. Well, okay, most of them are pretty easy to get to. Life is great.
You do also have that mushroom interior is right to something or other.
We know we're going to have to get Forest, but we're kind of in a holding pattern until Key 1 turns up, and Key 1 is not looking nice. Key 1 is looking like Rocket Barrel Lock somewhere, as far as we can tell. I guess technically it could be Spring Locked somewhere, but I'm not really buying that one, I'm afraid.
No, because we're running out of spring checks to begin with, and a good collision there on CharlesJarls' screen. We're running out of spring checks in general because we already did we already did Block Tower. We've seen Gold Tower, and 5-door cabin upper?
Do the shed, bro. Oh, no, he did the shed. He has cranky already. For some reason, I thought he hadn't done that. Okay, this... I'm not buying the trash can.
Yeah, it's a stretch and a half right there.
I'm shorting the trash can stock right now. Just short it. Not in on this one. It's a fast GB, though, so like, it's fine to do, but...
Yeah.
Very unlikely to have anything, because, like, what are we looking for right now? If we're looking for feather, that would be really weird, because that would put sacks on the path of that trash can. And guitar doesn't make sense, because, again, we still need a grab use for guitar somehow. Oh, is he going tree sniping? Because, actually, it's in logic again? That's crazy.
Oh, holy smokes. Wow, yeah, that would do it.
It doesn't fit, I don't think, but...
It didn't. Well, we tried. It would have been funny, wouldn't it?
Anything Rocket Barrel fits to me, right? He doesn't have Rocket Barrel, though, so I guess anything Spring could fit. But once he knows that Spring is Rocket Barrel locked, I think TheLittleKIng is going to home, like, straight in on Rocket Barrel. You know how Charles, I think, is doing that Rocket Barrel homing in on, and Caves is not a bad spot for it. You got all these... Caves CBs could be an answer, perhaps. Or open the Igloo.
That metal check, I think you with these moves still need Rocket Barrel and Peanuts to get. So I mean, it didn't matter. But
he might be eyeing that red vial like, wait a minute, hang on, wait a minute. Maybe that's the answer. Wow, grab gets you across this lobby. That's wild.
You know what also gets you across the lobby?
Wait, hang on. Elm lobby? Elm lobby for guitar? Okay, nice try.
That would have been unhinged.
Wow, that would have been something. It actually works because grab is the item. We'd need a Vines for it, but as far as we can tell, Vines is unhinted.
So Logic Man, question for you.
Okay.
Wouldn't the warp already being tagged mean that you didn't need to have grab to make that happen?
That would get you through the lobby, but you do need the grab to spawn the Vines to get you to the bonus barrel. I was talking about the bonus barrel having
bonus barrel, guitar. Not that.
Yeah.
Okay, yep.
Not in Helm, but the bonus barrel could have had it, which would have been insane. No, Mike, we're not looking for 3 more crowns. Stop it. We've somehow seen 7 of them. I don't know how, but like, lock in, man. Oh, it also spawns the barrel. You're right. Yeah, that's true. I'll give you that one.
Yeah, you got us there.
Whoa! Arcade? Arcade is a grab check? Can we get...
That's hysterical.
Can we get guitar on arcade? That would go crazy style.
No, not today.
I wanted to believe. I wanted to believe like I bean leaved, but this one actually
it's probably production. It's just the density check points us to production. As much as I don't want it to be, it's production.
Oh, good. We can give it 100 meters. I hate 100 meters. We probably don't want to do this because we started a war last time. We started fighting over 25 meters versus 100 meters in the Discord, and I'll say I won because I just have to say that for my own sanity, because God, I hate 100 meters, but here we are. Twirl cut for Charles. This is the really annoying part, is getting up this ledge, because it just doesn't look... It looks like Tiny has no business getting up this ledge, and yet she just kind of like... Whoop! Off you go. Grab check and R&D. Perfect sense. I think guitar is like reasonably likely to turn up. Unfortunately, guitar doesn't seem like it goes anywhere. Like, yeah, you get the guitar, and then you're kind of bricked. There's not really much more to do. Any mini monkey check to pull feather is perfect. I think this is very reasonable, because if you find feather... I feel like you're in really good shape on TheLittleKing's side, because you kind of just chase your... I guess you chase your spring, and I feel like you're good to go. I don't know when he's going to think to chase the spring. But... Alright, Charles is not having a great time in his twirl cut, but I think he's still okay. If you get to the top with, like, 7 or so, you make it, but... It's going to be tight. I think he's fine, though. That ledge is just ledges in general are just diabolical when you like really need to get the grab. It just sometimes doesn't happen.
Oh, there's our grab and purple potion.
That's purple?
That's purple.
Huh? What?
It could be feathers.
No, it can't. because grab isn't past the tiny phase. So this is sax? It can't be twirl either, because that would be past the DK rule. This has to be sax. But maybe sax get us guitar somewhere? Huh. That's weird. You know what? I'm not even worried about it. I'm just not worried about it. I'm just gonna keep checking guitar stuff, or I'm gonna keep checking grab stuff because I don't believe in the sax. I'm short in sax right now. Does this put Bean back on the menu?
All right, bud, settle down.
I'm trying to say no. Yeah, no, it does not, because Mini Cranky is not past to key. Wait, well, I guess it could be guitar there. Oh my god, it does put Bean back on the menu. He's right. It would be crazy, but the Bean would have to be unhinted at that point. So it's possible, but really sketchy. The Bean would have to be unhinted, and it would have to be the monkey port that's hinted off. Right? Well, no, it could be either actually. It would just be guitar on the Beanstalk. That would be kind of messed up. But I don't think you can commit to that. I think you have to commit to just clearing production first. Plus, you're just kind of looking for CBs anyway. Why get back here? There you go, nice try. The buffering is getting me. Hang on, please hold. He's cooking,
yeah,
he's cooking.
So it's not just me. Alright.
Now we're good.
Okay.
Look up, and here we go. Oh, but it's twirl locked. I hate that. Okay. Well... No, this still doesn't work. Because like you would need twirl past the key 8 is fine, but it looks like Rocket Barrel's past the key 8 anyway, so twirl is already past the key 8, so it doesn't really matter. So you can just skip twirl here and not really worry about it. You get your guitar and life is good. Now if it's O stand that gets you the guitar, then brain go boom. But we just take our tiny bonus barrel and we call it a day. Life is good. Very likely guitar, I think. But if it's not guitar, we go to the Beanstalk. Yeah.
Still need key 1 though.
We still need key 1. You're right. That's somewhere Rocket Barrel locked still? Question mark? Didn't we?
To the best of our knowledge, yeah.
Charles had a pretty good look at all the Rocket Barrel stuff in Aztec, didn't he? So like, what are we doing here? It's not charged, so we don't have to worry about like the beetle race or gongs. What else could be Rocket Barrel locked? I mean,
Aztec Shop 8 Diddy phase, and that was going to be the... Was it album that we got there?
That's the pineapple we just bought.
Pineapple we just bought. Okay. 8 Diddy phase.
Did you buy something? No, you bought a key. Right. So pineapple. Wait.
Pineapple 8 Diddy phase.
How is pineapple Rocket Barrel? Pineapple must lock twirl in? Wait. Doesn't that rule out Rocket Barrel from key 1 then?
Run it by me and let's see what we got.
Right, if we got a solo key 8 DDK roll phase, that has to be, alright, is our guitar, that's good. But if we got a solo key 8 DDK roll phase, that has to be pointing to Rocket Barrel, eventually. It has to end up getting to Rocket Barrel, which means Rocket Barrel can't be... Rocket Barrel can't be past to key 1. So where's our key 1? This is getting weird. Peanut was Oasis Dirt, and we started with Shockwave, so trivially easy to get. Oh, that's a really weird hint that kind of turns everything on its head. So now you got to go back to pineapple checks. Did we check Chunky 5-Door Temple?
We did not. We immediately abandoned the temple after we got the key from
but it could be... Well,
Mikey.
no. I was going to say Lowlands, but that doesn't make sense. Like, well, no, Chunky Underground isn't Lowlands for one thing. Okay, I'm back to freaking out about the Lowlands, because now it might be like... Twirl for key 1? Mad Jack? Is it a Mad Jack angle for key 1?
What boss would it be then?
Oh wait, we just got guitar off twirl. So actually, maybe guitar checks for key 1. That works, I think. Wait, but then
do we have anything? Do we have any checks that are guitar And Mechfish.
No, but how does Mini get you key 1? Because Mini is also path to key 1. Or Mini or Monkey Port, one of the two. We don't know which.
Mini got us to Spring. Spring got us Rocket Barrel. Rocket Barrel would get us.
But we know it's not Rocket Barrel because it's not Twirl. In theory, I think it's not Twirl because this pineapple I think has to lead to Twirl now. So it's not BFI. Nice try. So it's definitely Mini or Monkey Port, one of the two, and also probably Guitar or Twirl. Mini Guitar? How many spots are there for that? Mini Twirl feels like it's got better spots, but we could just be missing an item in the lowlands too. That doesn't have to be Twirl, but Sax was R&D grab locked, not path to key 1. Pretty sure on that one. Actually, very sure on that one.
Yeah, like 100% on that.
Because Bongos is path to key 7 and was underground. Grab is also underground and not path to key 7 and definitely path to Kong. So we know Grab is only key 8 Kongs. Oh, but that... Okay, so then it's not Grab to key 1. Or so it's not Guitar to key 1. So then it's Twirl to key 1? So it's Mad Jack. I think it just has to be Mad Jack then, right? Or Vines? No. Yeah, it could be Vines in the lowlands, maybe? Have we seen... Grape was Grape hinted? Yeah, Grape was definitely hinted because Grape is behind Gorilla Gone. Both on the path to key 7. Maybe only key 7, but Grape being the ladder item means it's very likely to be only key 7, so I don't think we can worry about Grape. So it's not the Grape cage in the lowlands.
LittleKIng is going to be very, very sad later because they are swimming away from the whole tower.
Wow, that is gonna hurt a lot. He must have just thrown that spring away. That's gonna really hurt. I mean, Charles has also just walked away from his Gorilla Gun and Grape, so like he's also in mega danger cabins mode. That's a problem. That's a big problem. This is really weird. It feels like we are an unhinted item away. It's kind of what it feels like. We have decent leads in the form of Mini Monkey and a theoretical Twirl, that's really where you want to be, huh? So maybe it's like a mausoleum angle for key 1. That's gross. That's really gross. But then you're kind of punting on where Twirl is or where Vines is, right? If you find one or the other, then you're feeling a lot better about it. I like the Castle Car Race here, actually. LittleKIng might be on that one. Yeah, he's just digging at Mini Monkey checks.
I don't hate it.
I think this makes a lot of sense too, because this could easily be your Vines. And if you find Vines and then get Twirl, then you can start like chasing down Twirl stuff, and that'll get you thinking Mad Jack or Mausoleum, I guess. One of the two.
The problem is that Twirl also already has a resolution in getting
It gets you Spring, which gets you Rocket Barrel. So it could be Spring as well, but there's so few Spring checks that it's just not really.
Yeah, that's why.
Notably, it's Spring and not Guitar, right? Because Guitar is grab locked, which is not key 1. So you can discount like Dark Rafters. So you can throw that one away. Also, Dark Rafters is in level 2, so you don't have to worry about that because it can't be key 1.
Yeah.
Throw that one away. That's great. Isle Snide, I'm pretty sure we've seen that. Yeah, he's doing Helm right now, I think. That kind of makes some sense. He can do it. No, you can't do it. He doesn't have Rocket Barrel. I'm stupid. One of them can do it. No, neither of them can do it. Oh my god, neither of them can do it. Are you kidding me? Wait, how does Charles not have Guitar? Wasn't he in production? I'm crashing out. What are these guys doing? Guys, what are we doing here? Is he checking Helm for stuff? This is crazy style. All right, here we go. We are... we're going through it. What is that? Is that Feather and Helm?
Excuse you?
Is that Twirl and Helm? Who are you? Oh my god, it's Feather and Helm! Okay. That's good. We need that, I guess. That's... Oh boy, that's weird. That triple confirms that grab is our underground item, which is good. He didn't slam the tiny switch. Oh, jeez. Jeez, I don't know. I don't know how he missed that guitar.
Yeah,
That's gonna hurt a lot. Oh boy. I mean, for Miracle pulling his rocket barrel, that feels like a miracle at this point. Whiffing on guitar is gonna hurt a lot. Fortunately, it's only path to key 8, and the Helm micro hint will bail him out. So he will get there in the end. It's just gonna cost him a lot of time, basically. Okay, what is going on with this feather bow? Oh, there's a hint in japes. That's what he's coming here for. He's coming for the miracle hint in japes.
There's also there's some mini monkey checks. There's it's not terrible.
Yeah, this bongos is very clearly not
japes lowlands path to key 1.
Oh my god. So does that put key? Oh, what is going on? What are our lowlands checks?
This is
Do we need chunky underground now? No. Do we need the boulder? Oh! Is that barrel throwing? Or is that vines? That could be vines. Oh my god. So here's the move. Here's the move. This is vines.
Please.
You get twirl on the blast course, and then you still have to find Mad Jack to get barrels.
Oh, brother. I don't know, I'm not buying it because there's a point where it stops being funny.
I'm buying Mad Jack Stonk. Oh, it's up huge. It's coming.
Get off of Mr. Larocque's wild ride.
I'm buying. Show me vines. Give me the vines here. Let's go. Lock it in. That's third melon too. Oh. Oh, man, it's so funny we got 2 different third melons. That is unbelievable. Oh, that is pristine. Oh my god. So the way the instruments upgrades work is that they're progressive, and there's 2 instrument upgrades that are placed. You start with 1 and there's 2 more. Either one gets you third melon. The second one you would see is instrument upgrade 2, and it so happens they got different second ones first, which is so funny. Oh my god.
Is funny.
Funny. Alright. Maybe Chunky 5-Star Temple has twirl and that also makes our heads explode? That'd be sick.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Why not? Let's just
make it worse at this point.
Just blow up. Let's go.
Yeah.
Maybe Tiny 5-Star Temple? I guess. Bongos is like basically unhinted. I guess it could be in here, but that would be... No, well, Pineapple's the hinted one, so... I mean, I guess it could be in here because of the mini check. And Feather is like completely unhinted, I think, so like you don't really have anything to go off of. No dice.
Don't do it. Why'd you do it? There was probably nothing in there, but it was very close.
That feather is really spooky unhinted. That's not pleasant. Unfortunately, Rocket not to key 1. And Brick's progressive instrument upgrade 2. That's really unfortunate. You hate to see it. You really hate to see it. Oh yeah, now we're cooking. We're just doing a sick bay now for funsies, I think. No idea on this one.
Either cooking or cooked. I can't tell the difference at this point.
Feeling more of the latter. More mini checks for LittleKIng. Mini Monkey has to turn up something. The only thing that's turned up for him so far is this spring, which just doesn't make sense to him for whatever reason. So he is locked in on this mini monkey. Meanwhile, I'm locked in on Mad Jack. Show me Mad Jack. Mad Jack for barrel throwing or vines, and you get key 1 in the lowlands. Boom. And then key 1 uncorks your seed because you get... Actually, wait. There's nothing in forest now. We found the feather bow, so we need forest. Oh!
That's unhinged.
It's vines! Oh!
Absolutely unhinged.
Diving locked, diving to key 1, and feather locked, which is outrageous because feather is in helm. And mini locked.
That is
mini key 1.
Unhinged. That is such a good read from LittleKIng to think about it like that. Holy smokes.
Red Slam got you diving, Blast got you diving. Yeah? I mean, it just has to be here. But I think this is twirl. I think this has to be twirl. I don't think this can be... Wait.
It could be barrel throwing.
Could it? I guess it could, and then barrel throwing gets you twirl. Barrel throwing plus pineapple. Yeah. That also makes a lot of sense, like vases or something. So this could be... This could just be barrel throwing. Well, no. Yeah, and then you just drop down and get key 1 out of the boulder. That's the dream scenario.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying that.
Disaster scenario is twirl. Let's go.
Oh.
All right. Well. Guys, I went broke. I put all I put all my money in twirl and I just went broke. I put all my money on magic. That's just devastating. And there's key 1. Look at that. Yeah, bro, what are you doing, man? You knew it was gonna be key 1. Don't look at me like that. All right. Well, now he has to unpack this rocket barrel somehow. Which I think once he chases down Pineapple, he's gonna get twirl and be like, "Oh, it actually is the spring," and then go from there. I mean,
are you serious?
It's actually is it actually just right there? That's disgusting. Barrel's Pineapple. The Lowlands just does it all. Twirl on the underground. Yeah, figure it out, buddy.
Oh my god.
You have all the info. You literally have the info. It is in your possession. The spring is literally in your inventory. You are in possession of Simeon Spring, which you can take exactly where you need to go. Good luck. This is your final exam. You're going into forest. You failed. God.
F-. Foolish to explore testing area. Cool.
Womp womp.
Well, to be fair, in Little King's defense, there's something that's in the middle here that is, or that's in Mushroom Interior that's on Way of the Horde, and he doesn't know where Rocket Barrel is.
True.
So this isn't a bad move on his part. Like, honestly, I would have probably made that.
This is pretty reasonable.
Like,
yeah, he knows he needs key 3 no matter what, so you do have to come here regardless. So okay. This isn't disastrous. He fails his test if he goes to Dark Rafters because it's not guitar. We know it's not guitar. He knows it's not guitar. So if he goes to Dark Rafters, failure. Actually, yeah, no, he knows it's not guitar because it's not. Grab is not Path of DK roll.
Okay then.
Because as expected, key 3, nice and easy. Where are you going? Oh, he might be going for hints. Actually, okay, that also makes sense. That's fair. That's fair play. Fair play.
He's good. He doesn't have really a clue about Rocket Barrel. You have to be insane to deduce that spring is the thing that's being referred to.
Am I crazy? I don't think that's insane. I feel like maybe that is insane. Mini got you like so. Mini has to lead to Rocket Barrel, right? And so far, Mini has gotten you what? This Vines? That Vines is really ooh. I don't know about that. Vines is so thin a check. Like, you could reasonably exhaust all your Vines checks. You could run to Galleon really quick. You could run to Training Grounds. And boom, you're done with Vines. I guess it could be like a bonus barrel, but it still seems thin to me.
It's
really sketchy. But this Pineapple feels like, okay, I need it. There's another item in the chain somewhere. Barrels plus Pineapple, take it to like Vases, or well, I guess Barrels plus Pineapple got you the Twirl, which then puts Twirl in the chain, which points you further to Spring. Spring just got hinted Way of the Horde, buddy. What are you doing? You know what? Maybe he just passed the exam because he chased down the hints. Maybe he just knows. Maybe he's just a knower. And now
he's
he knows
going to Galleon, knowing that there's a Spring check because he knew that he needed to do that.
And he passed the exam because he didn't go to Dark Rafters, even though he was in Forest. It's not Dark Rafters because it's not guitar. He's passing with flying colors. He's so back. That was the exact hint he needed to resolve everything. And, you know, I am crashing out a little bit, but, like, this is hard stuff. This is real hard to do. Like, this guy is also crazy smart. He knows his stuff for sure. I think Charles might be on the Mad Jack train. That's... Oh, and he's checking the boss, too, because if he sees Mad Jack, that actually is really good info. This is really smart. Buff toss.
And it's a buff toss.
Mad Jack is out there somewhere, too. And if he finds it, he knows he's good to go there. But, yeah, chasing down Mini still feels correct, because now we know it's not... Or, I think he has enough information to know it's not Rocket Barrel he's chasing. It has to be exactly Mini. Or it has to be Mini plus, like, diving, I guess, which really is not a lot. The sub made a lot of sense. There's Little King's Rocket Barrel. He is in go mode if he has enough GBs.
He is missing 2 after a blueprint dump.
Nice. That's pretty good. That's good enough to gamble Helm with. Yeah,
Let's go gambling!
Diving didn't help you with Cranky or Mini. So yeah, your answer is Mini plus diving for key 1. Which, Tiny Temple was a hit. Tiny Temple's a hit, the sub is a hit, the treasure chest is a hit. Actually, I feel like chasing diving is better than chasing mini even. Really good. I guess it could be monkey port. It could be mini or monkey port plus diving, but that functionally translates into mini because monkey port is not that good. A logically forced helm double dip. That's so true because that feather is in a horrible location. Actually, that feather location might also be throwing Charles for a loop because it could send him into like metal mode where he's just chasing every tiny metal. I don't think Castle Tiny Metal is the winner, but whew. Yeah, did we just like miss like a sprint hint? It's like actually on the rabbit race this whole time. My brain explodes. Somehow, despite all the nonsense, I think he's actually finishing the seed in logic, which is wild. You do the twirl cut,
yeah,
you do the twirl cut, and you are massively out of logic, and then you have to like pull it back in.
Managed to reverse engineer doing everything correctly.
That's crazy. And off to helm 62, so he's gambled on two GBs. He did clear out DK's room, so DK's room can't be a winner. Because that had the feather. Oh, look at that strong Kong on Castle Tiny.
That's
good one. Good one, game.
That's funny.
That's
that's bait.
That's kind of mean. Like,
yeah.
Castle Tiny Metal doesn't have any requirements, so like you know you're not doing it, but or you know it doesn't really mean anything as far as like logical paths go, but that's just mean. Unnecessary. Is that a GB?
Yes, that looks like a GB.
Nice.
Welcome to bonus stage.
There's one. There's probably one of the fairies in the end. Yeah, I think Charles is in... Oh, man. Does this all stem back from whiffing on the cabins? He was on the right track to check the sprint cabin and then just didn't follow up with Bongos. Bongos not getting path hinted actually destroyed the seed, because if Bongos got path hinted to Tiny K rule and Key 7, this seed is so much easier. Like, that's the magic, weird combination of paths you needed. Something on the path to 7 and Tiny K rule, that, and not Key 1, that uncorks everything. Oh, no, wait, it is on the path to Key 1 because it locks Feather, and Feather locks your vines. Never mind, this seed is not helpful. That Bongo's hint is probably not helpful.
No, I mean, I'm looking through this right now, and Bongo's is just not getting you anything.
You would get another, what's the right term for this? A slop hint? A slop hint of just everything? You just get, yep, this item is very good. Here you go. Off you go.
Yeah, and the only hint for Bongos is completely solved by Chunky, and the other thing is that Bongos is also just one of those things that you kind of sandbag in general, or like you get sandbagged by in general, where the moment that you hear, oh, this could be good, you get one of the 3 best moves in the game, and you're like, oh yeah, it's definitely referring to this and this alone.
I don't think Bongos is that crazy though. Like, the one spot Bongos is really strong is specifically the cabins, which is kind of where it all comes back to those cabins. And I mean, okay, so pulling the Gorilla Gone into Grape would get Charles Key 7, but that also doesn't get him out of the grab bind, or the guitar bind of not having guitar. That's a big issue. But then, even if you get guitar and Key 7, you would still be in the same spot LittleKIng is in, where you are in a mystery hunt for Key 1 and are just out of luck. If Charles like doesn't go back to production and hit the tiny switch, then I honestly don't know how he gets out of it, because that's the kind of thing that like you would think you hit it and didn't. That would feel bad. That's if he goes back to production.
Which
monster of a seed here, but LittleKIng navigated it.
Yeah,
pretty well.
Helm dive. We got baited multiple times.
No, you know what? I'm not being charitable enough. I think he navigated extremely well, because at the end of the day, the hardest thing in this game is closing velocity.
And O-stand right at the end. Oh, that's awesome. That's great.
A vial for the road. Why not? Why not? Let's just put O-stand and Helm behind the 64 GB door. That's incredible. I think you can skip feather, can't you?
Unless you have oranges, you can't skip feather.
Oh, right. You do need feather in the end. But, I mean, if you go into helm, you're going to find it. But you can skip feather to get key 1. So you can end up with... You can end up going into Tiny Temple with a different gun and then just tagging Tiny.
Sure, yeah.
No problems there. And then you just, like, take a look around key... I don't know how you would think to look around helm for feather. Maybe you look around helm for oranges and find feather. I think that's actually more likely, which is really funny. Alright, here's the diabolical situation Charles might run into. He might find Mad Jack and it has oranges on it. That would be, like, the most heinous situation of all time, I think.
As we reach the end of our K-Rool phase, or, you know, as we begin going through K-Rool, just want to remind everybody, and we'll do one more bumper at the end, that this is DK64 Randomizer, Season 4 preset. If you have any questions or would like to play, you can join us at DK64Randomizer.com. Additionally, the first week of January 2026 is going to be Awesome Games Done Quick, where on Wednesday, January 7th at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to have a Season 4 race between Kuiper Don't Care and Connor75. On the couch will be Spike Vegeta and one Larock. So, if you are able to,
it sounds insane. Nice.
Tune in, join the stream, watch, donate. It's for a good cause, Prevent Cancer Foundation. And, yeah. Again, if you have any questions or want to try out this randomizer, head over to DK64Randomizer.com.
It's actually madness how Charles is like 3 hunts behind. Like 3 different hunts to get this one. That's why I think TheLittleKIng navigated this one so well, is that he picked apart the threads to like resolve each individual problem in this seed, which is like each of which is pretty heinous.
I'll also give Charles some credit here. He is hunting down his mini checks right now. Like he's chasing that like that's no one's business.
Yeah, I mean it's got to be done. It's just one of the ways around it. God, that Toro is just evil. That Toro is so evil. Oh, this is gonna get him sacked too. Oh, I mean, just man, blow up, blow up! Crystal explosion. He's blowing up. No. Yeah, a path in for bongos would go a long way here. Path to key 1, key 7, key 8, tiny K-Rool. I think Diddy K-Rool. Yeah, because he can twirl. Yeah, it would be 1, 7, 8, tiny K-Rool, Diddy K-Rool. Jeez. And it has like almost no intersection with Blast either, which is just evil. It's so weird. Does Blast have anything to do with Mini? Blast got you one of the slams, which locks diving. You need red slam for diving. So diving plus Mini gets you to Feather. Or no, diving plus Mini gets you to Vines and Tiny Temple. Oh, here we go. Right. Tiny switch for... That's guitar, so that gets Charles out of one of the jams. Unfortunately, not the jam that gets hinted. He could have gone to Helm to get like the micro hit for guitar. But I mean, this is a pretty solid... I mean...
What are you doing, dude?
He's just going back down to get the warp. I think he's already been up there a little bit.
Okay.
I hope he has the warp. There we go, there we go. Punch to Cranky Mini? Oh, jeez. Yeah, Punch did get you Cranky, huh? And then Cranky sold you Mini. Also sold you Monkey Port, which you also needed, which is madness. Just unadulterated madness. TheLittleKIng's rocking a cool, like, 146 here, which is a pretty crazy time on this, like, monster of a seed.
Getting debated repeatedly all throughout and just pointing in the wrong direction. I'm just going through my background right here, like, going through all the hints that we have and already unlocked everything. Whirl being in one underground, or being in the underground, is hysterical for like 8 different reasons, because that does resolve pineapple, but pineapple has other resolutions too. It resolves. Oh my god.
I don't know if pineapple has other resolutions, but that's a GG for LittleKIng. He crushed that one. He takes first place in this race lobby. The 146.04. What an absolute monster of a seed. And what a great finish from him.
It's a GG for LittleKIng, yes indeed.
GG. Alright, where's Charles running off to? What's he thinking? I'm curious if he can... He's got his guitar, so now it's... Can he unpack the... What, the caves? Can he unpack the gorilla gun? The cabins problem? Diabolical. See if we can go track down this, that son of a gun and see if he wants to talk. Oh, there he goes. He's moving. He's moving. Let's go pull him in. Cut the audio before I echoed. Huge. TheLittleKIng joins us now. GG.
Mornin. GG's.
That's on first place on this madness of a seed.
God, it did not feel like I was going to win. I wasn't looking at the race room, and I was expecting like a 4th or a 5th.
It's crazy. Well, the problem is there's like 3 different problems right at the end of the seed that you have to unpack, and they're all kind of related, but also kind of not. And Charles only has 1 of the 3 solved, which is insane. Right, so problem number 1 is guitar. You have to pick out that grab is your last thing for key 8 and needs to solve guitar somehow, so you have to just like, dig through production until you find it, or dig through grab checks until you find it, and sure enough, there you go. Problem number 2 is the cabins. To figure out your key 7 problem, it's not the bean. Nice try. You have to dig further in the cabins, and Charles has just not done the bongos checks in the cabins. Bongos not getting a path really caused problems.
Gone was in a rough spot. When I got Gone, I knew that was going to be unfortunate if it didn't get hinted.
So Charles actually could have known sooner that the bean is not the answer. Like, you might think the bean is your cabins area item, but you can actually rule that out as soon as you buy Mini Monkey off Cranky. Which means you have to go back to the cabins to find something else, and really nothing that he's found. Maybe he's looked in Chunky's cabin and saw the vial and kind of is freaking out about like an unhinted gorilla gun, but doubling up on the cabins is very rude, that's for sure. But that's mess number 2, and then mess number 3, the big one, is key 1. What is going on with key 1?
I didn't think key 1 was that bad.
It's weird, that's for sure.
It was a long winding path to get vines, but key 1 was directly path hinted in lowlands. So once you get vines, it's not a big deal.
It was eventually path hinted, like it took its.
It was eventually path hinted.
Like once it took its sweet time getting there. Wasn't that featherlocked? We haven't even.
I don't remember where the hint was.
That lowlands
hit was late.
The last lowlands hit was really late. I think it was the last hint we saw. That was the feather hint. Well, the last hint we saw outside of forest, which had the bailout. Spring is way of the horde, buddy. Yes. What are you doing?
That was the hint that was at the top of Mushroom, I think, had one lowlands, had path to key 1.
No, that was the...
Yeah, that's the only hint I got in Forest.
No, the last hint in Forest was the Spring is way of the horde, the Monkey Party Glue.
Oh, yeah, that
was the winner. I think it was the...
That was the winner there.
I think it was the Featherlock hint in Japes. That's crazy. Because that kind of clues you in that your key is there, which means you need barrel throwing, which has to put barrels somewhere around here. And Pineapple being on the path to key 8 DDK roll, pointing you to the skipped twirl, kind of means that the barrels has to be in the lowlands, or one of barrels or twirls in the lowlands, and then you use one to get the other. Which it so happened that the twirl was immediately accessible, which is kind of nice that we knew that. But I like it could have been any barrels plus pineapple check, which also includes stuff like vases or something. But
Feather felt mean.
Feather was just diabolical.
That was just the rat.
Also,
there, yeah.
Also bongos locked, which is just another reason why not having a bongos path hint really beefed the seed.
If you try to skip grab, if you get bongos out of underground and realize that grab is in crypt, and you decide I don't need that, it's just for Chunky. That's a problem.
That's a bad time.
Yeah,
that's
you skip prod entirely at that one, yeah.
That is a real bad time. It's fortunate that charge kind of like makes you go there. It can't be any other charge check. It just has to be that one. Like, there's just no way it's anything else. But the real problem I see with Key 1 is that there's a very real world, and I think Charles is seeing this world, where it is barrels on the blast course, or no, it is Twirl on the blast course, you randomly find vines, and then Twirl for Mad Jack for barrels.
Yeah, that would be rough.
Or maybe it's like Pineapple for Twirl or something. Or Mad Jack is involved somehow, basically. That I bought in on that world and I went broke, unfortunately. So, or maybe fortunately, maybe fortunately for the seed, I went broke. Ooh. Very, very spooky.
It felt fast at the beginning too. Like GBs were just coming in.
You were pouring it on, that's for sure. You had way more GBs than you had a fair pile more GBs than Charles too. I think your clearing was very, very thorough, at least.
And then I still had to gamble for the Helm GB.
Yeah, somehow.
That was very funny right at the end of the vial for the road.
Right. One of the things I've been one of the thoughts in my head that I've been trying to get out for the last like 20 minutes is one of the very, very difficult things in DK64 Randomizer.com is closing velocity. Knowing where to go for the last item, and ultimately the final exam in this seed is, well, the final exam for you was Rocket Barrel. And once you got Spring Way of the Horde, it's like, okay, Spring. What do I do with Spring? Not Guitar. Not Guitar was like one of the big revelations that was like, you're in a level with like 2 good Spring checks in the form of Dark Rafters, and you're like, nope, not it. Go somewhere else.
Can't be that.
Yeah. That's just one of those like excellent moves that really is difficult to outline.
I could have cut down on the vine search too, because diving wasn't done, and I didn't realize that until I was doing Tiny Temple.
Diving, well, yeah, because once you ruled out Rocket Barrel, it kind of looks like all the lowlands item is gonna be Rocket Barrel, and then Rocket Barrel and the Gold Tower just kind of like it made my head explode when Charles picked that up randomly. We were like, huh.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Yeah, speaking of Charles, he has just discovered that he needs the feather in order to get the hint at the back of Japes. And
that's a pretty good hint, but
the problem is that, yeah, we still just don't, we have a basically unhinted feather, or like a lampshaded feather if you want to argue about the usefulness of bongos.
It's just basically unhinted as far as I can tell. Like, it's just not hinted at all, because bongos is solved in so many other ways. Like, your way of the Horde for bongos, it gets you chunky, gets you a well-hinted grab. Blast a key one, but Blast got you diving, and diving is already hinted a key one, so it's not really going to help you.
Yes,
evil.
That
better.
is very, very lampshaded to the point where it's almost like ridiculous.
In the moment, getting Spring after Twirlus felt really bad, but it probably would have felt worse if I didn't get it until after Twirl.
Yeah, and then it gets hinted Way of the Horde later, and you're like, oh my god, I'm so
like, okay.
dumb. Well, work down the wash, I suppose. You take those.
Got there in the end.
You really never know what you're going to get with DK64 Randomizer, which means come Wednesday, you really, really never know what you're going to get. That seed, it's getting a good one over by one Alta Biscuit, one Umed. They're going to have a grand old time picking a seed. I know nothing about that seed, so I am prepared to sit on that couch and just have my brain...
gonna go crazy.
Have my brain get some more wrinkles in my smooth brain watching that seed.
That will be on Wednesday, January 7th, 2026 at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at twitch.tv/gamesdonequick. That will be a Season 4 race between Kuiper Don't Care and Connor75 with, as The Rock said, mentioned he'll be on the couch, as well as Spike Vegeta.
Woohoo!
Yeah, do we...
Well, nobody else is done, for what it's worth, so like you've cleared the field by almost 10 minutes now.
Congratulations, dude.
It's like a doozy of a seed, officially.
This one was rough.
We did our ad reads. It's we're glad you got here, dude.
This is gonna be one of those like certified like one guy finishes like 15 minutes ahead of everybody, and we're just like, what happened here? Oh my god! The post game thread is just like, everyone's describing the various gut wounds they encountered on the battlefield, and
yeah, there's a lot of landmines here.
There's so many landmines, it's unbelievable.
That feather is the worst of it, though. That is so bad.
That's pretty bad. That's real bad. Real bad. I don't even know what to make of anything else. I mean, I guess if you're fishing for, like... Yeah. We were talking about mini checks, though, and I feel like Charles was chasing mini and didn't end up at Tiny Temple. I guess that one just kind of, like, slips the mind. I guess you don't have feathers, so it's, like, out of logic, but...
Yeah, that's the entire reason I didn't do it before giving up and just chasing Blast specifically and going to Helm.
It makes it even more evil. I didn't even realize were you chasing Helm for a specific item? That's crazy.
It was my last Blast checks outside of Forest.
Huh. What is that? That's Balloon or Sprint in Tiny's cabin or Tiny's 5.
Nothing good.
Yeah, nothing good. That's for sure.
Bait. That's bait. It's such bait.
Well, the Sax is grab locked, which is really funny because you go through production or you go through factory like doing grab checks looking for guitar, and you get that Sax, and it's like, could it be Sax to guitar? No, hold strong. It can't be.
Hold, brothers.
Yeah, I got Sax, and I was not gonna leave before I was sure it wasn't something else in prod.
It could, yeah. It's just way too dangerous to believe at it.
Worst case, I just get the micro later, but I was having to think really hard about everything else anyway, so I figured it didn't hurt to spend the time.
Tiny Temple is just a diabolical spot, I feel like. The gun logic just makes it so weird. I don't even know what to make of that feather either. It's just... I don't know how you naturally pull that feather. But I guess the lesson learned is just don't worry about it. Just assume that the feather is going to turn up and you can just do Tiny Temple out of logic. It's fine. I guess.
Yeah, the biggest thing for me was that Blast and Diving were not on the same path. Which really limited my options.
Wow, it isn't. Well, no, they are. Because Blast got you diving.
Specifically, the tiny part falls off, though.
Oh, right.
Diving is only for Diddy.
Oh, true. Blast
so you know Blast still has to do something.
And Blast did get
at the end.
Oh, you're totally right. You're totally right. Blast has to lead to Feather because
it's not Slam, because Slam isn't a tiny either.
And Cranky is only punch locked, which is not blast locked. So, huh. Okay, so that does get you out of it a little bit, actually. Blast checks, but thinking of doing Blast in Helm is actually kind of that's not going to come to mind quickly.
Not your first Blast check.
No. That might be your last, as it was. Wow, that's another great wrinkle to unpack here. Good.
And you have to trust that Feather is also needed for 1, and it's not just on Forest Blast course.
Ooh. Well, I mean, you're kind of getting to the point where it's like, okay, Key 1 is like I guess Key 1 kind of just, well, Can Charles beat Helm? He can just beat Helm right now, can't he? Oh, he doesn't have Key 7.
Not without Rocket.
No,
he has Rocket.
He has Rocket. He's missing Key 7, I guess, now.
Yeah, Key 7, because he doesn't have Gone.
Key 7 and Key 1, right? That's just, oh boy. Piano game. Incredible.
And Key 3 by extension, because you can't get to Forest.
So someone in the chat did bring up a good point. We do have another speed run to mention, for another speed race to mention. Spike SSBU will be running at the Australian Speed Run Open on, I'm going to butcher my time schedule here, Saturday, January 24th at 3:50 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. That's GMT plus 11. That's going to be in a couple of weeks, but I just want to take a moment to plug that.
Approximately midnight for us East Coasters.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah. That's the dream.
That's like good stuff right there.
Well, they know their audience, you know, they're catching in. I guess there's quite a few Australians in on this game.
I was gonna say they can have the Aussies can have one. We can let them have it for once in the Upside Down.
Well, that's not too bad in God's chosen time zone of Central.
Hey,
it's not too bad.
EST.
That's 11 p.m. It's not even that bad. It's a Friday. Fine, totally fine. Fun times. And that is the end of January. We'll probably be talking about that more. Well, we probably won't have a weekly next week, I'm afraid. I don't think that one's gonna happen.
So we'll talk about it the following, probably.
We could probably have one.
Ping people, make it work.
I mean, shoot, if the weekly on 23rd isn't too bad, we just raid them. That'll be tight. So you turn up here, we take attendance, and then we ship everybody off there, and every one of you stays up. I don't care. Leave the tab open. You stay up. Amen. We've cracked the case. Perfect. All right. Well, as we crest the 2-hour mark with nobody else done, I'm afraid I think that means we're going to have to pack it in here. We're not gonna hold anyone else hostage as everyone else is still going. So.
Yeah, this was LittleKIng. You really pulled the rabbit out of the hat there. I cannot.
Yeah, it didn't feel like it, but this one was just rough. My friend.
Yeah, that was a pretty big brain move to go to Helm when you did. I just realized I don't think I asked why. What in God's name made you feel compelled to go to Helm just with nothing else going?
Blast.
It really was just blast.
It's that blast. That's a great pull.
Yeah.
This guy knows his stuff. Guy knows his stuff. That's for sure. So
don't talk about the rabbit.
The main character did not finesse his way into the scene, that's for sure. But thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you all enjoyed this one. It's been a little bit. I hope you had good holidays as we come back into the swing of things. Catch y'all at GDQ. It's going to be fantastic. If you're watching on YouTube, it's not too late. Hopefully, we're going to get this up before GDQ, which means you can still schedule it. You can still check your calendars, mark a time. You're good to go. Great.
Hopefully, the race is done by then.
Yeah. Hopefully this weekly is done before GDQ. That'd be good. Oh my God, he actually just found Gorilla Gun. That's crazy. So he's gonna get his key 7. he's gonna be off. But well, okay, off is then there's still the key 1 problem. So you know what? One problem. We're playing a whack-a-mole here with problems in this seat. It's just
one problem at a time.
Yeah, one battle after another, if you will. Oh. But if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and then watch the GDQ stuff. And then like, comment, subscribe on that video too. Very
just
important.
As we started to finish, Eternal has finished second.
Oh my
goodness.
With
a time of 2:03.
Well, I'm not changing
we also
the screen.
We also have a
the spirit applies.
Kilvarus. Yeah, we have a Kilvarus who DNF'd, which fair enough.
Nevertheless, thanks for watching, team. Hope you had a good one. We are indeed going to raid our Australian friend, and he is running this race, and he is having a grand old time, I imagine, in this absolute doozy of a seed. I bet he has a combination of items that doesn't make any sense to me. I bet that's what happens because he loves doing that, or he just invariably has doing that. And he's running the seed, so no help. You just smile, just smile. Right, gang, just smile.
Just smile.
All right, fantastic, Rippy. It's been a pleasure, LittleKIng. GGs.
Likewise, LaRock, LittleKIng. GGs.
Well, we'll catch y'all on the next one. I've been LaRock on the mic. I'll catch y'all on GDQ. Off we go. Mornin.
Mornin.
Morning.